All right, Broncos country, NFL fans around the world. Hey, the Rawhide crew, your favorite collaboration is back after, a couple weeks holiday hiatus. Both of us got the time to get together, finally do this again. We're not going to worry about how our records ended up at the end of the year, but I think Rawhide, man, you might have had me beat just because, man, I couldn't get those picks in. But how are you doing this week, man?
Oh man, it's all good. I'm doing great. I'm excited to see about these NFL playoffs and see how these things play out. And as we've talked before, and I got to get your opinion on coaches and what you look for in a head coach.
Oh, yes. So, guys, we're going to dive into first talking about the firings. Then we'll get into the playoff preview predictions. We'll even pick our Super Bowl matchup and winner here early on. So, we'll be going along with Kalshi as well. So, guys, if you want to predict on sports, whether it's college football, NFL, make some plays over on Kalshi, baby. You get the best odds on there. Links in the description. Even if you just sign up and use the promo code DTB, that helps support the channel. And hey, once you start playing, once you deposit 10, you get a $10 bonus. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Hey, what's going on, Lawrence? And I got to take a victory lap first. You remember, man, we talked about this at the beginning of the year. Johnny Morton was a disaster as offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. Hate to say I told you so, but he was definitely
Oh,
an addition by subtraction, leaving Denver this past year. And yeah, how about Eric Bieniemy going over to Detroit? That's what I want to see.
oh my, that would be extremely interesting to see. Has there been any rumors about it or
I
at
don't think
all?
so. But he's the running backs coach, in Chicago. Chiefs fans want him back, but hey, Chiefs are done. So why don't you just move on to Detroit, right?
Exactly. But look, man, it's when you got a guy, when you lose a guy like they did to Chicago, Detroit, it's going to be kind of difficult to replace him. I wasn't a Chicago believer all season. I think you all noticed that about my picks. But we got to give credit where credit's due, man. He did a heck of a job there in Chicago, and if he's that good at Chicago, then that tells you how much he attributed to Detroit's success.
Facts. So let's get into the fun stuff though. Do you want to start with like the biggest losers out of this fire? Maybe somewhat the most deserving or the least deserving. Where do you want to start, Rawhide?
Man,
I want you to drive this right now.
man, I mean, quite honestly, I mean, looking at the firings that has occurred, I don't see one yet that I'm like he shouldn't have been fired. I haven't noticed that yet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and talk about it. John Harbaugh. Let's talk about John Harbaugh because I think that's the most controversial of
Yes.
the firings, right? I've been listening to people speak on it. Let's first off say this: if you're a head coach in the NFL for 18 years, and I think Money Jones spoke on this a little bit more, a lot more eloquently than I can, but if you've been a head coach for 18 years, like John Harbaugh, extremely similar to the Steelers and oh
Mike
my God,
Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
When you've been coaching that long, you won, right? You won. Yeah. If it ends on a sour note, and generally speaking, if you coach that long, it's going to end on a sour note.
Facts.
Really, y'all should be able to shake hands, high five, and be like, "Okay, yeah, I get it," and walk out the door, and we're good.
Yeah.
Was John Harbaugh a good head coach in the standards of coaching? Absolutely. Um, but I think it was time for to get what I'm saying, some a fresh voice in Baltimore. Now, I guess the most the most controversial thing that I can say about it, Lamar Jackson got him fired. It is what it is. People can say what they listen. I watch Lamar Jackson. I listen. I am one of his biggest fans,
Mhm.
but I am not a fan that lies. Like I'm not a delusional fan.
No.
Lamar Jackson got John Harbaugh fired. Um, And honestly, quarterbacks that play like Lamar Jackson plays, they will get you fired. The reason being is they are so good, but they are not so clutch that you win a lot of ball games. But when it gets down to the nitty gritty of a game, if they're not extremely accurate or if they're not extremely I'll use the word savvy instead of smart. Savvy, what happens is that you drop some games. For instance, he was atrocious against his first playoff game against Buffalo. Lamar was atrocious, but that was expected, right? It was expected.
That was bad.
You come back and you get a bye, and you come back and play. I think he had 3 turnovers in that game against Kansas City. Then you come back again. What was it? Tennessee Titans. He had 2. I think he had 2 turnovers in that game. Then you come back, and I'm coming off dome. I don't have it in front of me. Then you come, then last year, the most recent. People want to whine and cry about Mark Andrews. Yeah, Mark Andrews should have caught the ball. Mark Andrews makes $15 million a year. Lamar Jackson's a third of your salary cap. You can't have 2 turnovers, bro.
Yeah.
See, if he plays like, and I hate to compare him, but if he plays like Josh Allen plays, they win those games.
No doubt about it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? If he plays like a Pat Mahomes, they win those games. John Harbaugh still have a job. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Harbaugh ain't out there throwing picks and turning the ball over. He ain't dropping the ball. He's not doing any of that. If you want to talk about the penalties, if you want to talk about some of the run-pass ratio once we get to the playoff, we can have those conversations. But most of those games are lost because your premier players and your most premier player doesn't perform.
Right.
And that's just it, bro. That's it.
It's tough, man. We both picked the Ravens to win the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Year, and yeah, super disappointing. I will say this about John Harbaugh. 18 years, yeah, he's won. It never ends up. These guys never run into the sunset. It's pretty much going to happen eventually. But yeah, over the last 2-3 years or whatever, they have the most blown leads. And when that's been an occurring thing year after year recently, it's probably just time for a change in the
It is.
And again, like there's just been some question marks with. I mean, dude, what was it? The game a few weeks ago? Was it against the Patriots? Dude, they got the lead against the Patriots, and they don't put Derrick Henry into the game the entire fourth quarter. What are you talking about? So just puzzling decisions. Maybe it's the offensive coordinator, but again, that all falls under your that all falls under your umbrella. So it's going to be interesting to see where Baltimore goes with this hire. If they go with kind of a more defensive guy or an offensive guy to kind of help this offense get to where it should be going. But yeah, Harbaugh was a little bit surprising, but I'll tell you this, man. I love seeing Kevin Stefanski get fired. I love that. I love seeing Pete Carroll get fired. I loved seeing Jonathan Gannon get fired. All these guys. Am I missing any other ones? Mike McDaniel did get fired.
I'm glad to see that.
Yeah.
That needed to happen.
Yeah, that needed to happen.
Raheem Morris, he needed to be fired.
Let's talk about the Falcons, dude, these guys. Oh man.
He needs to get fired, bro.
I mean, just the craziest decision making by a front office and head coach over the last 2 years. They needed to go. I'm glad they're gone. And hopefully Atlanta can get, guys with like a real plan coming in here. Again, just don't make this rocket science. Okay.
Yes.
Just, dude, so often these guys make a rocket science. Now, I think we differ a little bit on our thoughts on Kevin Stefanski. I still don't understand how people regard this guy as an awesome head coach. This guy is going to waltz in to another head coaching job, and maybe he will because I mean the Titans are so desperate. I mean they're talking about hiring Matt Nagy.
Mhm.
Uh, why?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. But we'll finally figure out if Kevin Stefanski, if it was really him or if it was the organization that he worked for. We're gonna find out. So I'm hoping he gets another job just so he can prove me right that I think again he's just one of these dumb geniuses, these self-proclaimed geniuses, man.
Oh, I don't. Okay, I gotta. I gotta ask you. I gotta ask you. I know why I think he's a good coach. Why don't you think he's a good coach? What I mean, yeah. Why don't you think he's a good coach?
People talking about him as this offensive guru. Okay? That's like what his calling card was coming out from Minnesota to Cleveland. He doesn't help quarterbacks. Like what quarterback has been successful, like legitimately successful with him? None of them. So stop talking about this guy like he knows offense. And dude, this guy is dumb. This guy is dumb because he would rather draft Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round, thinking that this guy's got the opportunity to start. Yeah,
Please
come
don't do
on now,
this.
man. This guy moved on from this guy didn't like Baker Mayfield. Now maybe he didn't bring in Deshaun Watson, but you're telling me, man, you can't get Deshaun Watson to play better than just the disaster he looked like when he finally ended up playing for the Browns. Are you kidding me? Deshaun Watson was awesome at Houston.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson was throwing the ball in the dirt.
You should
He was
probably coach
doing.
him up then, being an offensive genius that you are. That's just how I see it.
I'm with you. I'm not trying to change minds. I just, as a head coach, he took the Cleveland Browns to two playoff performance, two playoffs, uh, uh, to the playoffs twice. This he was the head coach of a team that had absolutely nothing from a respect factor. Won a playoff game. I don't like. Okay, if you compare him to his peers, right? The almighty guru in San Francisco. He's been just as good.
Oh no, give me a break. Give me a break. Kevin Stefanski is not
Okay,
anywhere
neither
near
one.
as good as
Okay,
Kyle Shanahan is.
yeah,
Come
Shanahan
on.
don't have a Super Bowl. He doesn't
Oh,
have a Super Bowl. He doesn't. But okay, but the point I'm making, the point I'm making is that, and Kyle Shanahan has been coaching a whole lot longer than Kevin Stefanski. So what I'm saying, and in a lesser division, what I'm saying is, and I'm just using, I'm just look. He's the first name that came to my head. I There's only a handful of coaches that won Super Bowls. There's less amount of head coaches that has won a lot of playoff games
mhm.
with a whole lot, well, with a lot more talent on their roster from an offensive side of the ball in lesser divisions.
Yeah.
And Kevin Stefanski took this team to not one but two playoff performances, and I think got a playoff victory. I, no, come
I
on,
mean,
Dave.
it is a big deal in Cleveland. It is a big deal in Cleveland.
Come on, Dave.
But man, again, I think it's okay if you weren't the biggest Shador Sanders fan. I understand that. Separate that. Separate that from what I'm about to say. Anything positively I think about you goes out the window when you draft Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd
Oh
round.
my God, Dave.
This guy was
Dave.
giving him reps when Joe Flacco was on the team to get him ready, and it was a
You
disaster.
do, but see
Shador
when you do this.
Sanders ended up playing more games than him,
See, Dave, when
man.
you do this, Dave, when you do this, you make me be a hater. You're forcing me to be a
No,
hater,
no,
Dave.
no, 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 no,
You're
no, no.
forcing me to be a
No,
hater,
I
Dave.
said Shador's not even part of this conversation. You know, I just mentioned him. Okay. No, it's just why are you drafting Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round? Why are you doing that?
Oh, it's the 3rd round, Dave. Nobody's drafting franchise quarterbacks in the 3rd round, Dave.
Yeah. Why are you doing that? Why are you even
Because
drafting Dylan
all
Gabriel at
you
all?
drafted is a backup, Dave. It doesn't matter.
Oh man, let me read this from Alfaru. He's sending you some money, Rawhide. He said Deshaun Watson got Stefanski fired due to injury quarterback turmoil. Defense is good. The offense hasn't had a quarterback or talent on offense. Dylan Gabriel in 12 drafted as backups. And okay, I'll tell you this, Rawhide. I think Andrew Berry should have gone with Kevin Stefanski. I think he
Yeah,
should
I
have
was
gone
surprised,
right
but
there
now
with him.
I was surprised by that. I was surprised that Andrew Berry kept his job. But let me just say, because see, you forced it. Since you forced it. At the end of the day, because what people get up in arms about is about Shador and Dylan Gabriel's comparison, which to me means nothing. Because both of them was drafted in late rounds. Nobody drafts franchise quarterbacks in late rounds. Just nobody does it. Now, if your franchise quarterback turns out to come out of the late round, then you just hit a lick. But the intent and purpose was never for them to be your franchise quarterback, i.e., Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy was never intended to be the franchise quarterback.
Right. Kirk Cousins.
Now,
Well,
Kirk Cousins,
but
he really never was the franchise quarterback anyway. He remember they
kept tagging him.
Yeah. So he never was the guy. Now, but when you talk about play on the field, since we want to use that as a comparison, because nobody would complain he had drafted Shador in the third and Dylan in the fifth, then you wouldn't have a complaint. On the field, Dylan Gabriel outplayed Shador Sanders.
Oh God.
Dave, come on, Dave. Dave, come on, Dave. Dave, you're an NFL guy, Dave. You are an NFL guy. Dave, what's the most important thing in the NFL? What is the most critical thing you can't do in the NFL?
Turn the ball over.
Interception.
It was a disaster. You're right.
5-time rate. We ain't talking about 1, not 2, not 3. We talking about LeBron James and championships to the Miami Heat. Not 3, not 4. 5-time rate.
Yes,
Hold on.
I know.
With an average completion, of just 1 more yard.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't good for Shador either. And this is what I'll say.
They both suck.
I know. And this, Rod, you're proving my point. Thank you, God. Let's go. You're proving my point. Because Caleb Williams last year didn't have an offensive coach to help him coach all those bad habits out of him at all. Looked like an absolute disaster. He gets Ben Johnson. All of a sudden, you see him start to make some serious progress. Kevin Stefanski is not an offensive genius when these guys look like disasters, still showing their bad habits that people were critical of in the pre-draft process playing out throughout the whole season. What are we doing?
Have you heard me say that Kevin Stefanski is an offensive genius?
No. But you did basically say
I said he's a good coach.
Not that far off from Kyle Shanahan, which I thought was,
No. As a coach, Dave, as a coach.
Oh, okay.
That's encompassing everything. As a head coach, that's what I'm saying. It ain't like who cares what your specialty is if you lose 50 games a season, right? We talking about who cares? As a head coach, he has, bro. I'm trying to figure out. That's why I asked you, and I'm not trying to convince. I know we've been on this way too long. I'm not trying to convince. All I'm trying to do is understand when evaluating coaches. Mike Tomlin basically has been worse than Kevin Stefanski. Let's just be honest about it. He has been worse than Kevin Stefanski. And nobody talks bad about him like they do Kevin Stefanski.
I don't think he's worse than Kevin Stefanski.
As far as going to the playoffs, yes. He's been worse.
What are you talking about?
Mike Tomlin ain't won a playoff game since 3 presidents ago. fact. That's a fact. That is a fact. Kevin Stefanski got a victory, Dave.
You got me there, man. You got me there. I mean, if Mike Tomlin lost that game last week, he's gone.
Again, I don't want to. It ain't about Shador. It ain't about Dylan. It's about see, because look here. When we start talking about Cleveland, we're gonna talk about some other teams. And guess what? We're probably how we crapping on Kevin. We gonna promote on somebody else, and probably we gonna the things that we see on the field that's bad that Cleveland did. We gonna point them out when we talk about other teams.
I cannot wait. Okay.
I said probably. It's probably going to happen. But let's keep it moving.
Okay, yeah. I don't think there's anything left to say about the rest of the firings. I just don't know who you – I mean, you got to pay an ungodly amount for, like – let me pull up this playoff bracket. But you got to pay, like, an ungodly amount for, like, Clint Kubiak or somebody come out there, man. But if I'm Clint Kubiak, I'm not going to Vegas and I'm not going to Cleveland. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So maybe you shouldn't have fired him, like you said. Maybe.
I mean, look, like I said when we first started, there's not a firing that I see that I'm like, they shouldn't have got fired. I get why every one of those guys got fired. And we're going to get to the Pittsburgh Steelers. If they lose a game and fire Mike Tomlin, I can understand why he got fired.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's dive into this, shall we?
Yeah, let's go.
So, in the AFC, we have the Steelers playing the Texans, and we're gonna keep track of our records throughout this whole thing. Okay? Steelers, they are my hope that they win this game, but I was on Really Flawed's channel earlier this week. I really don't think there's really any real possibility of that happening. And you're going to see Texans go into Pittsburgh, and I think even cover by that minus 3. I mean, they're -3 favorites on the road, but yeah. I don't got too much to say. What do you think, Rawhide?
Oh, Lord. Playoffs are different. Playoffs is a different season, right? It is not the regular season at all. As far as the Pittsburgh Steelers goes, the question is how quickly can Aaron Rodgers get the ball out of his hand? I do see a way where the Steelers wins this ball game. Okay. And the fact they got to control the line of scrimmage and they got to be able to run the ball. Mm-hmm. If they can run the ball, generate any type of rushing offense, I think they can make this game extremely competitive. I think that's their avenue of winning the game. That also helped protect Aaron Rodgers back there. I am with you on the Houston Texans winning this game. I'm picking Houston, but I do see a way. If I woke up after the game, after that game, and we see that the Pittsburgh Steelers has won that game, I'm thinking great running game. Watt got to the quarterback. Watt got to Stroud, and the defense. Pittsburgh looked like Pittsburgh ball. I can see it. I'm scared. I am really afraid for Houston. And Steelers got a little bit to play for too, man. They are like on fire.
So you think Aaron Rodgers still has some playoff magic in him, huh?
Well, I don't. It's less about Aaron Rodgers and more about Pittsburgh's defense and Pittsburgh having the ability to run the ball. To me, timely throws. Playoffs about ball control and not beating yourself. Time of possession, not beating yourself. And if Pittsburgh can do that, I think this can be a highly competitive game. Maybe an upset, but I'm still leaning. I'm going with Houston. I'm just looking at it a way of how the Steelers can win the game.
Well, we're still gonna watch the game. We're still gonna watch the
Absolutely.
game. Yes, yes. Unlike half of the college football playoff games. Oh,
Oh,
man. College football
oh.
playoff. So overrated. All right. Let's get here. Now, this is the most interesting matchup from the AFC. Oh, well, we'll get to that. I don't know. This one's still pretty interesting. Since we last talked, Rawhide, the Jaguars have earned my respect. I mean, they whooped our behind at home. Trevor Lawrence is red hot right now. Liam Cohen, I thought this guy was another one of these fake offensive geniuses to start the year, and now look at him. Now look at him. He's real. He's real. Ever since acquiring Jacoby Myers, and the sad part is, man, they don't even need Travis Hunter on offense right now. They are rolling. Maybe they should just have him play corner when he comes back. I don't know. I want him to play wide receiver, but it's they got a good thing going right now. So we'll address that, I guess, next year. But as much as I love the Jaguars, there's still something about the Bills that I just feel like they're going to be hard to kill. Okay. They've been through a lot. They're battle tested. This might not be the best team that they've had, but I think they can win, man. I think they can win. But
You think who can win? No,
like
wait,
Buffalo
you think
for them to
who
lose
can
in the
win?
first round. Say what?
No. You think who can win?
I
Jags?
think, I think Buffalo can win.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Buffalo can win. Sadly, I think I will take the Buffalo Bills to win this game, even though they're on the road. Okay, but Jacksonville, right? Bills Mafia is probably going to fill that stadium anyways.
yeah, yeah. No, I agree with you. I got the Bills winning this game, and that's kind of what I spoke about. I don't know if we was on live or not. That Broncos got a bad draw,
Yes.
and if I as a Broncos fan, I think well, I'll get to it, but I think the Bills. I don't think the Broncos want to see the Bills.
Dude, I don't.
Yeah, I think if you're a Broncos fan, you don't want to see the Bills in the playoffs, especially with you're your second year quarterback just getting to the playoffs. This is his second year in the playoffs with a guy like Josh Allen. I know that defense is terrible, but it's not like Broncos offense is all that. He is a transformer, that Josh Allen, and we have seen some past performances in the playoffs that if Josh Allen was playing anybody other than Patrick Mahomes, they win the ball game.
Right.
So I think that's a terrible. That one seed argument that I had early in the season when I was talking about the Colts, and I said they won't win a game. This is why I thought the Colts wouldn't win a playoff game, because what was going to happen is one of these teams that we traditionally believe in was going to be a lower seed, and they'll probably have to match up with them. Like I'm thinking the Denver Broncos will have to with the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, on Kalshi, you can see right here, if you feel very strongly about either of these teams winning, you can get a fantastic return right here, 51 cents. And it is going back and forth on who everybody's favoring, Buffalo or Jacksonville. But yeah, I'm going with Buffalo in this one. It sucks, man, because as a Broncos fan, I don't want to see Houston. I don't want to see Buffalo. I don't want to see LA. You're going to see one of those teams, and they better be ready. If we're one and done, dude, this offseason's going to suck. This offseason's real going to suck.
It ain't that bad.
One and done, man. Yeah.
Okay. Here come practical me. I wouldn't feel so bad about it, because I still think you all are on the up trajectory.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You feel me? I mean, did you think this was Super Bowl year? Coming into the season?
No. But my goal for the team originally was this: to win the division and win a playoff game.
Okay.
See, so we're halfway there.
Yeah, but see, if you didn't get the number one seed, you probably got that.
Okay, yeah, I guess
Yeah,
so. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. I see where
yeah,
you're coming from. You're making me
yeah,
feel a little bit better.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You
Hey,
know.
you mind getting that super chat off, bro?
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. Alpha Roo saying Shador had the lowest QBR in the 88 history. Um, who's DT? DT of Cleveland. And the worst of any rookie quarterbacks with 6 starts in history. Jamarcus Russell had higher QBR than 12. I'm so glad I'm reading this on my Broncos channel and not my Bucks channel. I just gotta say, I'm just, it was not great. It was not great.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't good.
No, it wasn't.
But we know Alpha Rue loves that though.
A
We
lot,
know he loves that because he hate watches Shador, right?
a lot, a lot. But yeah, but I just think though, I just think that. Well, we'll get to the next game. We'll get to the next game. We'll get to that. But
Yeah,
rookies are really just to finish that out. Rookies gonna be rookies, bro. It is what it is. They're
it's
gonna have
okay.
bad
Yeah,
seasons,
we'll
bro.
see Shador start all next
Yeah,
season. That's probably what
yeah.
they're gonna do.
Probably what they're gonna do. 100%.
Yeah, because they can't get the top quarterbacks this year because Shador was winning
There ain't
games.
but two of them.
Yeah, right. And one's a big nerd. All right, Patriots Chargers. This is I'm gonna pick the upset here, Rawhide. Chargers are darn good. Yeah, the Patriots had some close games. They've won, but man, there's just something about Jim Harbaugh and this Chargers team that it's like Kyle Shanahan. Doesn't matter who they got injured, they just continue to go and win games. I mean, minus that Week 17 loss. We'll forget about that. I think the Chargers can go into New England and win. And I think their defense, I think Jesse Minter does a great job. And Drake May, he's going to face the toughest test of his career so far. So that Chargers defense is no slouch right now. So New England's favored by 3.5 at home. They've been absolutely dominant. But I don't know. This is purely just more so based on gut feeling. And it probably has to do with the fact that I've watched more Chargers football than Patriots this year. And I just have a little bit more respect for what they've done.
Well, I said I was gonna get into it later because right here, right? Because if the Chargers win, then that means the Broncos play the Chargers.
Yes.
And I went past that because I didn't think the Chargers was going to beat the Patriots. I
Right.
I think the Chargers still hampered on the offensive line. One of the offensive line players that's actually been playing. Has those tackles came back yet? Have the
No,
tackles came back yet? So
no.
not only they still out those tackles, but they've been playing all year without them.
Yeah.
But Jameer Slayer, he was limited in practice this week. So, and I think that defense for the Patriots is pretty good. So I don't see a way. Uh, obviously, there's any way, but I don't see. I see New England winning this fairly easy. I think.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Mike Vrabel got them playing in a manner where they playing playoff type of football, and I think they can be extremely successful. Now, I have been bad on picks the last 2 weeks, so whatever that means. And this is an opportunity for Justin Herbert to redeem himself with the 4-pick playoff performance on last year. But I just don't think the Chargers are there yet. Maybe a lot of to do with it is the injuries, bro. Maybe if they had everybody, it was a complete team that they thought they were going to be coming to the season, I feel a bit better about them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I see New England rolling the Chargers, which is why I got the Buffalo Bills playing Denver.
Yeah.
I think it's better for you all if Chargers win, though. I think as a Broncos fan, you'd much rather play the Chargers than the Buffalo.
The one thing about the Chargers, and we saw this last week, for some reason, their defense just always seems to like dominate our offensive line. Like, yeah, that's how it was earlier in the season. That's how it was week 18. It was like kind of frustrating. Now we ran like the most vanilla stuff out there. But yeah, there's still I have gone and flip flop back and forth. Who do I not want to see more between Buffalo and LA? But they're clearly I would take Houston, before either of those teams. Even though we already beat them, I know it can be tough to beat a team twice, but teams have done it before. So, okay, so we have one playoff game in which we're making a different pick on, so that's great.
Dave, question. I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
Give me on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident, 10 being extremely confident, how confident you got the Chargers beating New England?
Oh, on like a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
With 1 being the least confident they can do it versus 10, I think they're really going to do it. I'll give them a 3.
Oh, okay. All right then.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We kind of there. All right. Then.
Yeah, like it's if they win, I think it's going to be just by like literally a point or 2, something like that.
Yeah. No, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. I mean, when the Chargers, when things are hitting, but I guess you could say that about every team. So, but what I was gonna say is, when things are hitting right, man, they look good. They got a little Detroit in them, bro. They got just a little bit of Detroit in them.
Yes.
When things are rolling, they like, yeah, we can make it to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
The problem is things don't roll very often.
No, not at all. Not at all. But I'll be honest, Rawhide, there's some great AFC matchups, but I'm more interested in the NFC this week, to be honest with you. I really love, 2 out of these matchups, but this first one's interesting too. Panthers against Rams. Now the Rams, losing to the Falcons, Matthew Stafford, I think he should still win MVP, but that might have cost him MVP. Just completely self-destructing in that game against Atlanta on Monday night. But Panthers are 10.5-point dogs at home against the Los Angeles Rams. And I believe the last time the Rams came to Carolina, the Panthers beat them. So I'm kind of surprised to see that this spread, like, okay, you want to favor LA, that's totally fine. But Vegas is still saying 10.5 points? Are they right on this, Rawhide?
Oh, yes, they're right on this. Look, man. Look, let's just be honest about it. It's a blessing that Carolina got to go to the playoffs. Can we just give them a round of applause for Carolina Panthers making? That's a win in this. Hey, and hosting a playoff game.
The beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. You
Oh
can have a losing record and host a playoff game, baby.
Oh my God. So hey, listen, guys, if y'all mail it in when the game starts, I won't be mad at you, bro. You all overaccomplished for the year. So no, Dave, I'm with him, man. Come on, NFL now, NFL playoff game, minus 10.5. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. So that tells you everything you need to know. Yeah, Rams gonna roll them. I don't even know what you say about this. What do you want?
Yeah, so one of my brother-in-law is a Carolina Panthers fan, so I bought him a Tet McMillan jersey for Christmas and his birthday because I wasn't gonna get him Bryce Young. I wasn't gonna do that. Was not going to give him that. So we watched the game against who was it that they played? The Buccaneers. And poor guy couldn't even stomach the fourth quarter, man. He was walking in and out, gave up, whatever. But we'll see how it goes this weekend, man. If they can shock the world, but man, I'll tell you what. Yeah, man, this is crazy. This is crazy, man.
It's
Carolina,
crazy, bro.
I don't really think they stand much of a chance, man. I'll eliminate my want to troll and see this happen, but LA, I'm gonna go with my power rankings. They're still one of the best teams in the NFL, even though they're a 5 seed. And yeah, they should roll them. They should roll them. Yeah, but let me see what they got this game on Kalshi really quick. If you want to put $1 on Carolina, you can make over $8. So that's that's kind of nice, or maybe it's a little over $7. Let me see here.
Was it plus 750?
Or no, it's
Plus
plus
800?
18. So I mean, on Kalshi, I guess it's turned $1 into $5 basically.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I can't do math. Sorry.
Mm.
But LA, 82%. I think it's probably a safe play right
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
Now this one, with what happens with this game, Rawhide, one of these cities is going to be burning by the end of this game. One of these fan bases is absolutely going to lose it, whoever loses this game. San Francisco traveling to Philly. San Francisco has been playing great football.
Mm.
I don't understand it, but they're just kind of inevitable. And they were the 1 seed, going into the last week or something like that?
Were they? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, there was something, or maybe like 2 weeks to go, something like that. I mean, they were right there, but Seahawks got it over them. Philly, dude, if Philly loses this game, is Nick Sirianni just fired out of anger?
No. No. No.
Even
I
though
get it, though.
they're the defending Super Bowl champions? I mean, because that's how Philly fans talk about this guy.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, the Philly fans, I don't really understand that. See, here we go again. See what I tell you. We're gonna do it again. Here we go. But look, I think Nick Sirianni gets a lot of flack, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, even last year, he got a lot of flack. A lot of flack.
And I mean, he talks a lot, man. He does. So when it looks as ugly as it does, you kind of bring that on yourself, right?
I don't disagree with that. Don't
Right.
disagree with that. I think he's a good coach. I think
I
he's a
do
good
too.
coach, and I think he's a good coach for Philly.
Mhm.
I think they're okay, and also let's be honest about it. -5.5 in the playoffs is still quite a bit,
Yeah.
and Philly's -5.5, and they're playing so the betting public thinks Philadelphia's going to win this game. Maybe because it's a popular pick, but I think they unleash Jalen Hurts, man, and I think they beat the 49ers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I
I
say what I mean by unleash, I mean he's going to run more because he was he wasn't running during the season, guys. So that kind of makes
Now
it off a little more stat.
you don't care too much about the attitude of AJ Brown. You're 3 to 4 games away from the relationship being
Yeah,
over.
yeah,
Yeah. Who cares about any of that? Just
yeah.
win the game.
Just win the game. Right.
Just win the game. I'm going with Philly too. I would be crazy if I don't give them the defending champion benefit of the doubt, Rawhide. Okay.
Oh,
As much as I will, as much as I would love to see it. Jalen Hurts gets traded in the offseason, Eli, to your New York Jets. How would you feel about that? Probably not good, but I like Jalen Hurts.
yeah, I like him.
But Philly should not trade him. No, they should not. My friend Alex is a Ravens fan. He's sad today. Yeah, the Ravens out of the playoffs. Sorry about that. But let's talk about a team that Alex also loves, and that's the Chicago Bears going up against the Green Bay Packers. Rawhide, you probably know where I'm going with this one. And this is what I'll say. Throughout my lifetime, living in the Chicagoland area, growing up in the Chicagoland area, it's pretty much been a fact that in this matchup, the Green Bay Packers have always had the better coaches. That's how it's just always been throughout my lifetime. This is the first year in my lifetime that the Bears have the better coaching staff than the Green Bay Packers going into this game. Green Bay's favored. No. I'm going with Chicago, baby. Bear down.
He said bear down. Well, you crazy. You got me on that. You threw me off on that one. I ain't gonna lie. Let me see if I can refocus. Oh my god.
Last time there was a 20-mile-an-hour wind playoff game in Chicago, you had the double doink. So there's that.
Yeah. How is Jordan Love? The question is, how is he? Is he healthy? I mean, what's going on there? Oh Lord, I don't. Something in me won't allow me to pick the Bears, so I got to go with the Packers.
Okay.
Packers are extremely beat up. $45 million man ain't gonna give them nothing this year, and I think their head coach may be on the hot seat.
Yeah.
No, nobody's saying he's getting fired, but I think
LaFleur,
that
yeah.
yeah, I think that hot seat may be flaming up because guess what, Dave? He ain't been to no Super Bowl either.
No. No. Yeah, it's true. It's
Yeah.
true.
Has he even been into has he even been in an NFC championship game?
I think so. I want to say the Niners beat them to go to the Super Bowl whenever the Niners most recently made the Super Bowl.
Okay. Was it them they beat?
I think so.
Okay.
It was like one of Aaron Rodgers' last seasons there. But
Okay.
that could have been the divisional round, but I'm pretty sure it was NFC championship.
Okay. But there you go. And he was supposed to be the all world new coach, when he was first hired. And we see what it didn't got him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
So, okay, you're going with Green Bay, though.
yeah, I'm going with Green Bay though. I'm gonna go with Green Bay.
Okay. Okay. Well, we got our picks locked in. We differ on two of them. That's the Bears and the Packers. And then we got the Patriots and the Chargers, both 2-7 matchups. That's pretty interesting. Now, we both picked the Ravens to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the year. That was
Yeah.
a disaster.
Yep.
So, Rawhide, let's hear it. We haven't talked about Seattle or Denver. Obviously, they have the number 1 seeds. But who do you think makes the Super Bowl, and who do you think wins the Super Bowl?
I think NFC may be the easiest. I got the Eagles in the Super Bowl. AFC. I think. Let me first say this: Josh Allen has some of the most pressure on him to get there. It's no Lamar Jackson. It's no Pat Mahomes. You playing against basically you playing against rookies and second year players at the quarterback position. So if you don't make it this year, then what about is it Mike McDermott? Is that his name? Sean McDermott?
Sean McDermott.
Sean McDermott. So now we need to be looking upside your head. Ain't he a defensive guy too?
John Harbaugh's available. That could be an interesting fit.
Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I like Harbaugh at the Giants.
Okay.
And I like Kevin Stefanski at Atlanta. But
man, you hate the Falcons. All right.
but how about this? Let me talk about the AFC Championship game. I got okay. If you are right, the Chargers win. Let's say you're right, Chargers win. We got the Broncos in the AFC Championship game, and I got them going against the New England Patriots.
Yes. Yes.
All right. I'll leave it at that. I don't know about y'all. That Bills Broncos game, I think that is a game. That's a whole show game. I think that's an hour-long whole show game.
I think so too, man. I'm terrified if that's the matchup.
Yeah, I think that's a big deal. I think that's a big deal. So I don't know. It's between the Bills, the Broncos, and the Patriots. I know I know that's not really being. I don't know. I have no idea, bro. And honestly, I don't think anybody knows.
No. They're all very good teams, man.
Yeah.
They're all very good teams. I will pick my Broncos to make the Super Bowl.
As you should.
Okay? I will. And yeah, we're amazing now. It feels awesome. All we do is win, even if we look like the Philadelphia Eagles half the time. The Philadelphia Eagles won last year. So, give me the Denver Broncos as AFC champions. We only got to win 2 games, and it's at home. We better
Yeah.
close that up, man. We better finish.
Yeah.
Now, in the NFC, this is where things get tricky.
Okay. I'm interested.
I don't think Chicago makes the Super Bowl. No.
I agree.
Sam Darnold, I love you, man. Don't trust you in big games.
I agree. I agree with that.
Philly, there's kinks in the armor this year, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like even though they did not win the division, I could see the LA Rams winning every road game needed to make the Super Bowl. So they're going to be my Super Bowl pick.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's stepping out there,
Yeah.
Dave. I mean, if you're not picking the Eagles, I mean, I think it's obviously the Rams.
Yeah. So, hey, let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. My AFC, my NFC. Because if the Broncos play the Rams, I don't really know how I feel about that right now. But because we're on the energy right now that the Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl. Okay, but going up
The
against
Broncos wins the Super Bowl if they play the Rams.
You think so? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, then lock it in. I mean, I got $25 on Kalshi on them win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm rooting for them to do it.
Now, if they play the Eagles, we got to talk about that.
Okay. I mean, we already beat them on the road.
Yeah.
Okay. I know it's regular season. It doesn't matter. You throw all that out the window. The Rams and Panthers are going to prove that this week. But I mean, I think this should be a really fun playoff, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Who cares that these other old teams, that have been dominating, they're not there anymore? This might be slightly a changing of the guard to some extent, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But Rawhide, man, thank you for doing this with me all
thank you,
season
bro.
long, man. We got a few more weeks left.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy how it's flown by.
I know. Hey, before you go.
Yeah.
And I guess that what I'll do is that after the show, I'm going to have a post Raw and Dave live panel show. So I guess I'll get deep into it there. But I want to know what you look for in an NFL head coach.
Oh, okay. Great. And then we'll also get to this super chat. Okay. Now, what is this talking about? Just a coach in general, or like if I am the owner of a team or a general manager, what am I looking for?
Yeah. What's the characteristics of offensive guy, defensive guy?
Okay. We talked about this before. Offensive guy.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Offensive guy. Because you got to get the most out of the quarterback position. And you see the issues, what happens when you got to continually hit on hiring new offensive coordinators. It's just an issue. Okay. So give me offense innovation, all that. Okay. Preferably from Mike Shanahan or the Bill Parcells coaching tree. You can't go wrong with that. So give me those guys. Okay. Disciplinarian, no nonsense, stubborn to a point where some fans will hate them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Does not I don't mind them talking a little bit. I don't mind that. I don't love it. I don't love it when they talk, but I don't mind it. Okay. I really don't. But more of a disciplinarian, like very accountable type of guy, more hard nose. So even though, if I was an NFL coach, I'd probably look like Mike McDaniel over there, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You should not hire me as a head coach because of that reason. Okay. Should not do that. You can't have a happy-go-lucky temperament. And somebody who believes in analytics, but you gotta be dualistic, okay? you gotta also understand just the human nature of things, okay? Like drafting 2 backup quarterbacks when you have no quarterback,
Oh my God.
you have no social awareness of how that's going to affect a locker room, okay? That's dumb, okay? So, like,
Yes.
stuff like that. Or Raheem Morris. What him and, Fontenot did with Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix, that is just dumb. So, they do things that it should be simple. It should be common sense, okay? Constructing the team is important where, like, they value investing in the right positions, okay? And letting
Mhm.
the guys that might become expensive at non-positions of value walk or be traded, okay? I
Mhm.
like all that. You don't need superstars at positions like wide receiver to win in the NFL. You don't. You need trench players. So, like, that type of emphasis and philosophy there. Um, uh, there was another point that I had. I Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's really it. Like, do the things that make sense. You don't need to reinvent the wheel except with your offensive play calling. But how the team is constructed, you don't need to try to do a Browns thing or a Falcons thing or a Bengals thing, okay? You don't need to do any of that. Um, and I just want balance on offense. Run the
Mhm.
ball, pass the ball. You don't need to be heavy in either because you need to learn how to win in multiple ways. There's different dogfights you'll be in.
I got you.
So there are a handful of coaches that I feel like that fit that mold for me. But that's what I would do. So I'm not hiring anybody on defense, just not doing
Got
it. And that also comes from my experience as a Broncos fan. We just have had no success with defensive minded coaches here. We just haven't.
you. Got you. I got you. Okay. I was curious. Guys, I'll be talking about that after the show. I just want to kind of get your take on it, and I guess I'll just use you as an example, right? But I just let those know right now. I lean towards the defensive side of the head coach, head
Yeah.
coaches, but I get deep into that coming up. But anyway, I get that super chat off.
Oh, yeah, yeah, Coach Chris with a super chat to Uriah. I love that. $20 saying, "Let's go Broncos. Thanks for giving us the number 1 seed. My wife has a honey-do list a mile long, and I have a free weekend to get it done. Let's go. Love the show. David and Rawhide, Denver Broncos for life." Thank you. Thank you, Coach
Yeah,
Chris.
man, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate everybody who got the super chats, man. But look, I'm with you, bro. This, I like what the reason why the defensive head coach. One of the reasons, just keep it short, because I know he's a Broncos fan, is because what the Broncos are doing. That's why I like defensive head coaches. I like that,
Yes, you like
right?
how they're playing.
I
Yeah.
like that, bro. I like the Rams. Like I'm high on the Rams, not because of the offense side of the ball, because of the defense side of the ball.
Mhm. Mhm.
Let's be honest about it. The defense side of the ball, I think, put Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl the past couple seasons.
Yes. Oh, but I will say this. One quality in a head coach is, yes, I want their expertise to be on the offensive side of the ball, but we need them to be fully involved in all 3 phases of the game. Denver, for instance, they've had head coaches out here that have, deferred to Pat Shurmur, and said,
Right.
"Hey, just run the offense. Just run special teams." I don't like that. I like somebody that's slightly a control freak at the NFL level.
Yeah. You like a complete head coach that leans heavily on the offensive side of the ball, that he
Correct.
is fully aware of the goings on the offensive side of the ball. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, Mike Holmgren. I
I
like
get it.
him. Good coaching tree.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. I
Okay.
get it.
Well, I look
I mean,
forward
I
to
mean, it
watching
makes
that
sense,
show,
bro.
man.
Huh?
I said I look forward to watching that show. That'll be really interesting. I wonder if more people agree with you or with me or
Oh,
neither of us.
bro, you ain't even gotta ask. They agree with you, bro.
You think so?
Oh, ain't even close. It's not even close. Most people agree with that. Because you can even let me tell you how I know people agree to that. Anytime we talk about it, not we, not me and you, but when people talk about a game, you never hear them talk about the defensive side of the ball.
That's true.
Ever.
We're always talking about how bad these quarterbacks are if these teams are losing. Yeah. But watch what's going to happen this year. Seattle's going to have all this success. Clint Kubiak's going off to coach somewhere. Let's see what Sam Darnold does then.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. But Dave, I appreciate it, Dave.
Dude, this was a great show, man.
Yeah, it was.
Dude, I missed it. I'm starting to get back into the rhythm of things. Again, this has been a weird week for me, but I'm glad we got playoff football back. College football playoff, guys, it's coming up too. So again, y'all support the channel. Sign up over there on Kalshi with the code DTB for a $10 bonus. And we'll be back next week to discuss, hopefully, a really great slate of games and maybe a nice upset or two. That would be a lot of fun to talk about. So
exactly,
guys, we'll be back again. Big time shout out to Alpha Rue and Coach Chris for those super chats. Really does mean a lot. And we'll see you next time. Okay, y'all have a wonderful day.
Come on over, guys.
Yes. Get over to Rawhide's channel right now. Links in the description.
Immediately.
Subscribe. All right.